Let's wait and see. Waiting to see the technology. Is this working or not? It might do, or it might not. At the moment, it's not. It's not popping up on my screen. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Bear with me a moment. There we go. Okay, I'll explain. So at the moment, you'll see me in kind of like a column window, if you like. That's all I can describe it as. So you're not seeing me in the usual landscape mode. You're kind of seeing me in portrait mode. Reason being, I sent some invites out to various potential guests this evening. Now, I have a feeling none of them are available, so I don't expect any of them to appear. But because we're using the mobile app to stream this, the screen now isn't landscape mode, it's in portrait. And the way this is looking on my camera is the screen is split in half. So I assume if one of these fine people come onto the live chat by video, it's going to move my picture on the desktop app across. So that could all change, but I don't expect any of the guests to appear. They might not. It was an open invitation. So potentially we might have some people on this evening. So got that bit out of the way. How the devil are you? Hope you're all good and well, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Brooks's Base Corner live chat number 51. So we haven't done this for a few weeks. This is the first of the 3 summer live chats. So for anyone who's sort of strayed on here and think, what the hell is going on? So basically, I'm Mike Brooks. This is Brooks's Base Corner. T-shirt gives it away. Normally we do live chats every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. But because we're in the summer months, people are off on holiday, enjoying the weather, although I don't think they'll be enjoying the weather here in London tonight because it's absolutely overcast. But as a result, we decided not to do the regular Tuesday nights constantly through the summer, let people have a bit of a break, let me have a little bit of a break. But here we are, the last Tuesday of the month. So through June, July, August, we're going to do live chats on the last Tuesday of each month. If you've never been on either one of my live chats or live chats generally on YouTube, you're very welcome. Good to see you. Hope you enjoy this. Like I say, we normally do this regularly on Tuesdays, and we've got a little bit of a community here. So yeah, if you've got any questions about basses, bass guitars, bass amps, speakers, combos, bass effects, bass accessories, gig bags, pedal boards, anything to do with bass playing, you want to talk about great bass players, bands that had great bass players in them, albums with great bass lines on, this is the place to do it. No question whether it's too big, too small, everything's fine here. So if you've got some gear that's causing you a problem, or you're looking to buy a new bass, new amp, new pedal, maybe something's not working, you're trying to put a pedal board together, you've never done it, don't know how to get the pedals in the right order to get the best tone, ask me. If I can help, I'm more than happy to do so. If I don't know, chances are one of the fine people here on the community who attend the live chats fairly regularly, if I don't know the answer, chances are one of those will. So if you've got any questions, fire away. The way this works on the live chat, if you're on the mobile app, the live chat window is directly below, I assume, because we're on this new kind of version of the live chat software on the mobile app. So the live chat window will be directly below if you're on the mobile app. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. Put your cursor, insertion point, pointer, whatever you want to call it, in the window, type your message or comment, send, and it'll appear here on my live chat window, and I'll respond to it as soon as I see it. At the bottom of the live chat window, you'll see an emoji icon. Feel free to give that an absolute pummeling. Works wonders for the channel with regard to the YouTube algorithm. It signifies to the algorithm that you're getting involved in the chat, you're enjoying what we're doing. So feel free to give that an absolute pasting. Next to it, you'll see a dollar symbol. That's called Super Chat. So if you like the video, like what we do here on the channel, if you'd like to financially contribute to the running of the channel, the equipment, all the things you see in the videos, the workshop stuff, the lights, the audio interfaces, the cables, the microphones, all of that. If you want to help keep the channel running, help with all of those costs that get involved in producing the content here on the channel, feel free, hit that super chat button. Underneath the video, you'll see a row of icons. So you'll see a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Thumbs up is great, it means you're enjoying the video. If you want to give it a thumbs down, if you're not enjoying it for whatever reason, then please leave a comment. Let me know why you're not enjoying it. I can't make it better if I don't know what's wrong. You'll then also see a share arrow, which means you can share this video out to social media, email, external websites. There's a save button. There's, I think, a click button, but that might just be for me. You'll also see a love heart with a dollar symbol in it. That's called Super Thanks. Works exactly the same as Super Chat. Again, allows you to make a financial contribution to the channel if you wish to do so. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, it's all very gratefully received and much appreciated. Underneath the video window, underneath the icons, you'll find the subscribe button. So if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to hit that if you wish. By subscribing to the channel, you not only help me and the channel, but also by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll get notifications when I post up new content, when we're doing live chats, if we're doing an impromptu live chat. I'll explain more about those shortly. Or if I post on the community tab here on YouTube, you'll get a notification to let you know that I've posted. So that's how that works. So again, if you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. Underneath all of that, you'll find the description box. And in the description box, you'll find links for merchandise, for Brooks' Base Corner merchandise, t-shirts, caps, hoodies. Got a hoodie just over here that's just arrived today. Mouse mats, mouse mat there. We've got mugs, glasses, water bottles, phone cases, iPad cases, the whole caboodle. So if you'd like to help the channel in a different way, rather than make a financial contribution, you can help me out by buying merchandise. So again, there are links in the description box. There's a UK and Europe store and a US and worldwide store. There are various promotions. I don't think there's a promotion on at the moment, but I could be wrong because I haven't checked the promotion box for a couple of days. There was a 25% discount offer last week. Obviously, that expired. It was a one-day promotion, but there we go. But there are promotions running throughout the year. So sometimes it's a discount off the price. It might be free postage. It might be sometimes there's various mix and match promotions. So again, keep checking back to the merchandise stores and you'll see the promotions as they pop up. Underneath the merchandise links, you will find affiliate links for Thomann, Amazon, both .co.uk and the European sites, and also Amazon.com in the US, and also for worldwide. Gear for Music and Andertons here in the UK. If you have any bass-related purchases that you're thinking of buying, might be a bass, a pedal, an amp, strings, gig bag, tools, cleaning products, whatever. If you use any of those affiliate links, go through to the site, find the item you're after, add it to your basket, make the purchase. Once the purchase has been sent to you, Brooks' Base Corner then receives a small affiliate commission, and I do mean small, but it all goes towards keeping the channel going. So, as I say, if you have any bass-related purchases coming up, maybe some new strings, maybe some cables, picks. You can never have enough picks if you're a picking bass player. And again, like I say, add the items to your basket, go through with the purchase. And once it all completes, a small commission comes back to the channel. So in that way, you're buying something that you require or need, and you're helping the channel keep going. So that's pretty much everything there. If you want to leave a comment about the video, the comments section is underneath the description box. Feel free to leave comments, and look for any of the videos here on the channel. If you want to try and contact me, you can leave a comment on a video. I get a notification, or you can respond to a community tab post, or you can find me on social media. So Brooksy Space Corners on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Be Real, Discord, Reddit, Quora. I think that's it. There's quite a few. So you can check out stuff that's coming up on the channel, the regular daily posts. There haven't been too many posts the past week. Had a lot going on here at Brooks Towers. But it's I've got content ready to go. There's plenty of stuff going up on the social media over the next couple of days. So keep checking back to that and you'll see what's going on. So let's have a look on the live chat window. See, we've got Mr. Lover Lover, message retracted. Okay. Tom Sage, that's my cousin. Hey, good to see you. How's the bass playing going, Tom? Hope it's all good. Mr. Lover Lover's come back. Hello, good to see you. Hope you're well. Martin, good evening. This is very weird, actually, because we've now had a few weeks of not doing this. I have to say, the first week at the start of June, when we didn't do a live chat on Tuesday, completely threw me. I was coming downstairs from upstairs, funnily enough, and it was about 7:45 on that Tuesday evening, and I thought, I'm sure I'm meant to be doing a live chat or something tonight, and realised, oh, yes, we're not doing them for a couple of weeks. Completely threw me that evening, but there we go. Tom, yeah, I think, are we at the bottom there? There we are. Tom, been lacking lately, to be honest. Lots going on, need a good kick up the arse. You said it. Okay, well, that's fair enough. I think everyone's kind of in summer mode, so I expect tonight to be quite sort of relaxed, to be honest. So, but I hope everyone is good. I hope everyone's safe and well. If you've been doing any gigs, let us know where you've been playing. I've been doing quite a lot, actually. So when did we last do this? End of May. So we kind of entered festival season. So I've done. It got very mad, I have to say. So when I last did a live chat, the weekend preceding it was kind of when the floodgates started to open. So I had a backing vocal session on the Saturday, then I had a wedding gig with Capricorns, with a collection of musicians I'd never met, and then ended up with the gig at Wembley Box Park with Brainscape on the Sunday, and then did a private function with Twisted Rock on the Monday. That's right, it was the bank holiday weekend. Well, if you haven't already seen, I've done a video of the Wembley Box Park gig, which is me getting to the gig on public transport with a 2x12 Aguilar cab, using a Trace Elliott amplifier, pedals, and everything else in the gig bag with the bass. There's a video for it. I will put it, if you haven't already seen it, I'll put a link to it in the live chat window. So if you haven't already seen it and you're thinking, what the hell's he talking about? All will be revealed. 2 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So if you haven't seen this video, this was me on the bank holiday Sunday doing a gig in town. Well, in town, Wembley. Going on the tube with backline. I'd never done it before. I'd obviously gone to gigs on the tube with pedal boards and what have you, but not taken backline on a trolley. It was different. I'll give you that. It was definitely different. It wasn't as much grief as I thought it was going to be. The whole situation, if you watch the video, originally I got given the gig and I took the gig. He was told where it was, what the fee was, who was playing, what have you. Didn't know that the parking situation was very difficult, especially because that weekend was when the playoff finals were at Wembley Stadium, which was also one of the reasons why the gig was going on. So what they do is whenever there's a match at Wembley Stadium, they have a band on at Wembley Box Park to entertain the masses both before and after the match. But the problem is now is so pedestrianised. It never used to be quite to this extent. But they also close all the roads off. So trying to get even close to the venue is pretty difficult. The drummer decided he was going to have a go, and he got quite close, but he still had to park his car at the opposite end of the street. The police had closed it all off, and he had to stick all his drums in a metal cage trolley and push it all up the street. And he wasn't a happy bunny. Then he had to go and park, and I kind of bypassed all this. So I realised that trying to drive there and park was going to be a nightmare. And even though there was money in the fund, the sort of the wage fund to cover the parking, because most of us that did the gig were asked to do it at very short notice. Normally, you got some time, you can book your parking well in advance, and the costs aren't too bad. But because it was only a week to go, the actual prices were horrific. So using official Wembley parking was a no-go. Someone suggested using Just Park, which is like a parking app, and the prices for that were through the roof. So in the end, it was a no-brainer. I was going to try and do it on the tube. Oh, my mum's just popped up there. Mum is listening and watching. Hope everybody's well. Hello, Mum. So yeah, I just decided driving wasn't even going to happen. So I went from home to the local tube, parked up there, then got the gear out the car, put it all on the trolley, bungee cords all around it, bass on my back, leads, a couple of pedals, backup strings, all that stuff in the gig bag, and then promptly went on the tube and did it, and then got off at Wembley, walked down the road with the trolley, and got to the gig. And it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I think if you were doing it in the centre of town when it's really busy and packed, it might have been a different story, but it wasn't too bad. And the gear was perfect for the gig. I made the right call. Originally, I was going to use a 2x10, which obviously would be smaller and lighter and a bit more portable. But the guy I was covering for said, I think you need a bigger cab because I can't guarantee what the PA is going to be like in terms of reinforcement. So, your cabinet not only is going to be your monitor of your bass playing, there's a strong possibility your bass won't be going through the system. So yeah, I definitely made the right choice with the cabinet that day. So as I said, the video is there. I think that went up a week and a half ago. So yeah, it's done rather well so far. Can't complain. So yeah, so that was that weekend. Then the following week, so at the end of the week when we did the last live chat, we did the first Uncle Funk Festival of the summer, which was it was called the Olympic Games in Chipping Camden, which is kind of Gloucestershire, Worcestershire, Warwickshire way. And it's called the Olympic Games because it's the forerunner. The show was the forerunner to the start of their celebration of where various games and sports and activities, some of which ended up in the Olympics and some didn't, but they can trace it back to that area as where it all started. And we did a festival show on the Friday night on a large trailer, so very landscape mode. So the actual stage wasn't very deep, but it was very wide. So it looked like not a mugshot, a line of suspects at a suspect viewing. So we're all stood in a line. It was a bit like the Bee Gees. And gig was good, but it was absolutely freezing. It was when we were getting very warm days at the end of May, start of June, but the evenings were freezing cold with that really biting wind. And when we left at 11 o'clock on the Friday, bearing in mind it had been really warm during the day, it was 4 degrees. Or at least that's what it said on my car dashboard. It was 4 degrees outside. Absolutely freezing. It was June, start of June. Crazy. Then where was I the following day? Playing with Capricorns again. That's right. Down in Now I've got to call up the diary here because it's been a real mad couple of weeks. Let's just have a look. Where was that gig? Right, that was in Ringner, East Sussex, down near Brighton, and that went very well. That was pretty good. And then then we're into like the first proper week of June. Yeah, just really busy, busy, busy. We did well. That was actually the weekend where we had two of the big festivals that we do with Uncle Funk. So on the 9th, on the Friday, we did Cambridge Club Festival, supporting Alexander O'Neill and Grace Jones, amongst others. Denise Van Outen as well. She was there that day. And then the Saturday we were, that was a double header for me. So Uncle Funk were playing at Saltasia Festival in Malden in Essex, and soundcheck was 11 o'clock. Showtime was 3:25 until 4:10 in the afternoon. I played the last note, and from the last note to me getting in my car to then leave to go to my second gig of the day took me 7 minutes. So that's literally picking up my pedal board with my bass still on, sticking it all in the car, no amplification, get out my costume, put my civvies back on, get in the car and go. And I had to go from Malden to Brentford, Sign House, for a wedding. Not a wedding, it was a corporate event. It was a busy old weekend, those 2 days. Then let's see, where are we? So then the weekend after that, I had a wedding gig with the Bears on the Saturday. Then we had Father's Day, of course. And then last weekend, I was with This Is Queen tribute, down in Plymouth. And so, yeah, it's been pretty busy and full on. New videos on the channel since I last saw you. So, as I mentioned, there's the video from Box Park Wembley. There's also the workshop video for the Lakeland 4464 bass, which I was promising. Well, that's there now as well. So let me just put the link for that in the live chat. So if you want to check it out or check it out later, you can. So you can check that bass out. And now it kind of goes full throttle. So during July, most weeks are 2 or 3 gigs. There's a couple of 4 gig weeks as well. So it's going to get fairly rampant, but never fear. There is plenty of content ready to go for the YouTube channel. So keep checking back. Most days there is going to be new videos going up. Actually, I think there's probably going to be 2 this week. Yeah, lots of demos coming, lots of reviews, and going to put up a couple of the old interviews from the vault from my magazine interviewing days. I haven't picked which ones I'm going to do yet, but they'll be going up very shortly. So yeah, so here we are, live chat number 51. So let me know, what have you all been up to? What's been filling your Tuesday evenings? Let me know where you've been playing, if you bought any new equipment, new gear. Tom Sage, plenty for me to watch while working. I would have expected you to watch those videos as soon as they went up, young Thomas. And how's that merchandise going, by the way? I have to say, the mugs have been in our dishwasher constantly, and those still haven't faded. Those prints are fabulous. There's going to be some new merch designs going up over the next fortnight as well. Won't give the game away. I think you'll like them. So again, keep checking back on the merchandise. Just keep, whether if you follow social media or not, if you keep checking back on the community tab here on YouTube, if there's new content or new stuff going on, it'll be posted up there, so you'll see what's going on. Plenty for me to watch. Oh yes, absolutely, Tom. Yeah, there will be. There will be a load of shorts going up. Actually, they're probably going to start going up before next week's live chat. So probably over the weekend, there'll be the second bout of 60-second bass review videos. So they will be on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. So if you follow the channel on any of those platforms, you will you'll see that content. Yeah. Here we go. Tom means merchandise is doing great, looking good. Soon to move into a new place, which will have my own office and music room. Fabulous. Well done, mate. Martin Fay have been lucky enough to catch some great gigs recently. Eric Bibb near the start of the month, and then caught Mr. Dave Swift playing with Jules Holland. Did he spot you, Martin? Because I know when Dave was here in the chat last time, you were asking him to play out. And your good lady, or was it your sister? I'm trying to remember. This week it's Blondie. Now there's a childhood crush on Sting. Well, Blondie, the footage from Isle of Wight was not good. I think they got their game together better for Glastonbury. I don't know what it is with Glenn Matlock. He looks thoroughly miserable. Although sometimes he can be of that disposition, having met him at the London Bay show. And Sting, well, you're going to get a great show there. I saw him 6 years ago at Hammersmith. And 6 years, I can't believe where that's gone. Yeah. So how was Jules Holland, by the way? How was Mr. Swift? Did you get to say hello? Martin, no, Dave didn't spot me. Venue and crowd was huge. That'll be why then. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have to say, please post your comments, what you thought of the last live chat. We had Dave on here. We had Lee Sklar for about 5 minutes. And we had my old editor, Joel McIver. And I'm trying to line people up now for these live chats through the summer. Spreading the tentacles out there, trying to get people I have contact with, see if they'll be interested in getting involved here on the live chat once a month. So yeah, watch this space. We will see. But yeah. So I had some new merchandise come through today, which I ordered last week when we had the 25% discount offer. You can see this hasn't been ironed. It literally flew out of the box. The delivery came late. So here we go. I think these are the Gildan t-shirts. You couldn't get orange in the standard t-shirt. Anyway, orange. Big colourful Brooks's Base Corner base logo. Then we have a black one, which is actually destined for the one of the soundmen with Uncle Funk. He did me a few favours. When my pedal board had a little issue a while back, and I said, "Oh, I owe you a couple of pints." He said, "Tell you what, love one of your t-shirts." So anyway, he has ordered a black Brooks's Base Corner t-shirt. Nothing on the back, just the front with the logo and sunset text. So it'll be heading your way, Ryan, if you're watching. I don't think you are, but I'm sure you would have said hello if you were. So that's going to Uncle Funk Sound Man. And then I've got another item that's on order. It's not come through in this package, so I guess it will appear shortly. And then we have see, I call it a hoodie, but they call it a jacket because it's got a zip. But anyway, charcoal grey. It's got Brooks's Base Corner exploding bass on the back. It's come out pretty good, I'd say. For wearing in the car on the way back from gigs at midnight when it's a little bit chilly and you're hot and sweaty, and you don't want to start getting summer chills and what have you. Martin, really enjoyed the last live chat. Thank you. Your celebrity guests were great for participating in the chat, both on and off screen. I thought so too. I'm hoping one of the ones that didn't make it possibly will react to the invite I've sent him, and we'll have him here on video. But so far he hasn't responded. And if he doesn't, I'll try and line him up for the next one. So this was all a bit last minute because it's been a bit frantic here for about 2 weeks. So we'll see. He could turn up at any point. I can't say who it is. It'll give the game away. I'm now seeing myself on the screen and realise this T-shirt really needed ironing before I wore it. It came straight out of the box, so nah, we'll wear it tonight. So it's all good. Tom Sage, sounds like you've been busy, Martin, with all those gigs. Just a bit. Just a bit. Yes, Martin. Exactly. Exactly. Got to build the suspense. I suspect the main protagonist that I've sent an invite out to won't appear this evening, but that doesn't mean he won't. So it'll be a surprise for me as much for you guys if he does appear. We will see. We will see. Any new purchases, Martin? Any new pedals? Any new gear? I have a new purchase, actually. Yes, I do. I can't show it to you at the moment because it's in the garage. But yesterday I picked up an SWR Super Redhead combo. Now, in these days where I'm not really using amplification that much, I'm using in-ears more than anything. I wanted to buy one of these years and years ago, and I didn't. And even though I'm not using loads of amplification, I really wanted that amp to do some videos with here on the channel. And also because I want to add it to the amplification backdrop for the videos. And I was looking at one of these combos probably about 8-9 months ago at a fairly well-renowned bass establishment here in London. And then one popped up on Bass Chat. But its location kind of negated the potential for me to go and get it because it wasn't going to be couriered, and I had to go and basically collect it myself. Anyway, due to various circumstances, I found myself up in that area yesterday, so I went and bought it. It's immaculate. It's fabulous. It sounds absolutely superb. It's a legendary amplifier, legendary combo, and okay, you know, different amplifiers sound different and what have you, and you think with all the gear I've got here, I probably didn't need it, but I thought, you know what, I would really love to do some video content with that amp and some of the basses I've got, so I bought it. So new toy for me, SWR Super Redhead. Tom Sage, you can but ask. I failed asking Corey, never heard back. Okay, we'll do that another time. I should point out my cousin knows Corey Wong. Yeah, we're well connected in my family. Tom Sage, need a new lead as mine was donated to the girlfriend's eldest. Told you before. Whirlwinds, what you want there, my friend? My cousin. Whirlwind cables, Tom. They will never let you down. Doesn't need to be a long one unless you're going to do gigs, which I don't think you've said you want to do gigs, but yeah, one whirlwind is all you need, really. Martin Fay, nothing new from me unless you count plectrums. Of course I count plectrums, of course. Very happy with my current kit. It exceeds my abilities comfortably. 210, yes, that's exactly what the Super Redhead is. There was the original Redhead, which I think was just the SWR Redhead, and then they brought out the Super version. And I can't remember what the difference is. I don't know if it's because it's louder or there's some extra sort of options on it, extra features. It comes with like a cover that's detachable. And you've got the amplifier, and then there's actually a 1-unit rack space for you to add an effects processor, a light, a tuner. But for years, that was the combo of choice for a lot of studio players through the 90s and early 2000s. It was basically studio desk quality in terms of tone and sound. So yeah, and I wanted it for the collection. I really did. And like I say, I think I can do some really great content using it. I want to start doing more videos, playing various basses through various amps and speakers and combos. So yeah, that was my thinking. So I can't wait to sort of get that in here and start playing through it, give it a good playthrough, and then I can start doing some recording with it for the channel. Yeah. And it's very, I don't know if Andy is watching. Andy, who I bought it from. Great to meet you yesterday. Thank you for the coffee. Very much appreciated. And yeah, thank you for bearing with me while I tried to get all travel arrangements sorted out, but it all worked out fine in the end. So thank you, Andy. Well done. Might fail. Look forward to a demo of that. I like the idea of a combo with space for a rack unit. This is why when you see and hear the SWR Redhead, there was so much good, so many good ideas put into that. Just a great combo, really. And I always kind of wanted to own one. I never did. I always had other things I needed to buy. And kind of when I first turned pro, so it'd been mid 1990s, I had my Hartke rig, so I didn't really have a need for the SWR. And back then, they were fairly expensive, and I always had other things to be buying. Will McFingeradoo, good evening, welcome, good to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome to Live Chat 51. Here we are. But yes, so anyway, it was kind of not necessarily a bucket list thing. It's just sort of fulfilled it was just something I always wanted to buy. I always wanted to get hold of one and play through one. Yeah, I never did own any SWR amplification until now. So there we go. So I will report back, Martin. I'll let you know how it sounds, but you'll start seeing it on videos, and maybe actually I've got a couple of combos here. Maybe we'll do some comparison videos. Maybe you guys would like to see some of that. So yeah, here we are. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot this evening because my throat's very dry. I don't know if it's hay fever thing or maybe too much singing at the weekend on the Queen gig, possibly. Kev Smith, what did you think of Glastonbury? Well done for raising that. Let me just take a quick drink. Right, I need to play catch up on Glastonbury because I haven't seen all the things I wanted to see. First off, as everyone has said, and every bass player has noted on most of the bass forums, Elton John was outstanding, and few vocally things weren't great, but his voice is what it is. And but Matt Bissonet's tone, Stingray 5, and I think it's unanimous that Elton had the best mix on TV of any band over the whole event. Just sounded great, but Matt Bissonet's playing was just outstanding. Great bass lines, you know, a lot of them written by Dee Murray, much missed, of course. But then all of Elton's bass lines, and actually the guy that preceded Matt Bissonette, Bob Birch, he was outstanding, and he used Stingray 5s. I don't know if Matt Bissonette uses them because that's what the band want him to use, or that is actually his basic choice. But he had a great tone, and his playing was immaculate. And I remember seeing Elton at Hyde Park on BBC. I can't remember what year that was. Was it like 2016, maybe even earlier? And that was the first time I'd heard Matt Bissonette playing with Elton John, and I thought, oh, no, he's definitely in the Bob Birch kind of vein of playing lines that interweave throughout the song. He's not just plodding around. There's nice passing passages and what have you. But it was great, and that was just a great mix. I thought Blondie were a lot better than they were at Isle of Wight, but that wouldn't have been difficult because their Isle of Wight performance was shabby. I thought, but just my opinion. I love that guy who sings. It's the band called Gabriel's. He got up with Elton John, the black guy, big guy. Seemed like a new CeeLo Green to me. And I thought he did better with Gabriel's than when he came on and sang with Elton John. But Nerves may have been playing a part there. Couldn't blame him for that. Um, I thought they were good. Foo Fighters, fabulous. Although Dave Grohl seems to do this shouting sort of. It's his thing. It's what he does, but he's ruining his voice, and he keeps doing it over and over again. It's like, mate, just you're going to lose that one day. But I thought they were great. I thought Josh Freese was outstanding on the tubs. Really, really good. Love Rick Astley's set, although I love what they did, but it just felt a bit holiday camp like, if that makes sense. I accept, okay, Rick Astley doesn't have hundreds of tracks to pick from. He's got like 4 or 5 major hits. So the rest of his set is covers. That's fine. Don't problem with that. But just the way it came across, like he didn't stand still. He kept walking around the stage. It was like, just perform the song, please. But people loved it, and it was great. Top band. So that was good. I'm trying to think what else. I'm playing catch up. I've got loads to watch. I thought Texas sounded great, but it was clearly obvious they had a lot of stuff going on track. She can still sing. Thought their drummer was good. I don't know who she is. I need to do my research, but it's been fairly hectic since Friday, so I'm going to be playing catch up with Glastonbury over the next couple of days. But yeah, so what did you guys like? What did you see that or new stuff that you hadn't seen before? I was meant to be there. Uncle Funk were meant to be there, and for one reason or another, it didn't happen in the end. Although I decided I wasn't going because we were meant to do 4 nights there, and I'm not a happy camper. I don't like camping. So me, I think, and the guitarist both said we didn't want to do it, and as it was, the gig didn't come off for us anyway. So not to worry. Uncle Funk played there 2 or 3 times before in the old lineup of the band. Ben Kennedy, good to see you. Hello, Mike. Great to be back. Yeah, it is. It's good. I've missed my Tuesday nights, I have to say. Been indulging some Queen again recently. Excellent. Seeing that you're playing a Queen tribute, yeah. What would you say your favourite Deaky bass lines to perform? I did a live chat actually. I will answer your question, Ben. I promise. I did a live chat. I'm just going in to get the link. Back in early November last year, and I did a live chat, an impromptu live chat, on a Queen gig while we were setting up in the afternoon on the second of 2 shows at a venue, and that question came up, and I had all my Queen stuff there. There it is. Where's that gone? Where's it gone? There it is. Lincoln. That's the fella. And someone raised that, and so I'll try and reply with the exact same songs. So that live chat, if you want to watch it at some point, Ben, is there. Well, I love playing You're My Best Friend because it's a real finger knotter, isn't it? It really gets you moving, that one. So I love that, and it used to scare me to death until I sat and really worked on it one day and got it as perfect as I thought I could. And I'm glad I did that because it never leaves the brain now, even if months go by where I don't play it. As soon as I have another Queen gig come up and we're playing it, because it's not on every set, it all falls straight into place. And actually, that bass line has a great logic to it. So yes, I love playing that. I love Millionaire's Waltz, of course, although we don't play that. I do love My Melancholy Blues, and we sometimes play that in one of the tributes I play. We did it a couple of months back, and we also did Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, and that's a bit of a roast. I'll be fair. There's a lot going on in that song. So if you want, if you hit a bit of a brick wall with your bass playing, dig out Greatest Hits 1 or A Day at the Races and learn Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. It's a good couple of hours of learning there. I'm trying to think. I love the simplicity of "You Don't Fool Me," which is on Made in Heaven, and I just love that. It's very simple. There's not a lot with it, but it just completely knits that song together for me. Love Staying Power, especially the live version. That's probably one of my live performances by Queen. I wish we could have seen them do that in subsequent tours, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, I do love Staying Power. I love the bass line to Dancer, which comes after Staying Power on Hot Space. And there's loads like the old. I love Bring Back That Leroy Brown. There's so many good John Deacon moments. I mean, we could talk about John Deacon all night, and I'd happily do so. You know, I'm trying to think. There's so many great lines. Sleeping on the sidewalk. He doesn't play the same thing twice, really. I'm sure Brian just said, just do what you want. And he kind of does. Just trying to think. I'm trying to pick one or two tracks off of each album here. The Game is full of great bass lines. If you're a bass player starting out, you're going to pick one Queen album to start getting a feel of John Deacon's bass playing. Go with The Game, because you can pretty much pick out a lot of that. It's relatively easy to pick it up and sort of start playing. Oh, actually, I can play this. So The Game is a good starting point for any bass player. I like the bass line on Keep Passing the Open Windows, which is kind of similar motif to Kind of Magic. But I do like that, and it's a very fast line. Try playing that, and you've not done any practice for a while, and that will get the you'll start feeling it in the forearm. Let's think. Kind of Magic album. Love the bass line on Kind of Magic anyway. I always love playing that. Prince of the Universe, one of my favorite songs. The bass line isn't amazing, but the song is amazing. Love the bass line to Breakthrough, but it's a keyboard. You know, it's he probably came up with the bass line. They just said it'll sound better with a keyboard, and it'll be a little more quantum. I wouldn't be surprised if John Deacon said, "I could just." It's so full on with the Breakthrough bass line. You drop a note, you're going to go back to the beginning and do it again. But I do love that. That's great. I love the bass part on These Are the Days of Our Lives. Show Must Go On. Quite a simple bass part, but really nice. It's got nice little inflections, typical John Deacon stuff. So yeah, pick the bones out of that lot, Ben. So there's loads. Look, John Deacon, you could pull out any Queen album and find great examples of his bass playing. I love Ogre Battle, and I've played that. We did that at a wedding for someone who booked the Queen tribute, and the bride and groom were huge Queen fans, as were most of their friends. Their family weren't so keen, but they said, "We don't care, it's our wedding." They picked a load of obscure album tracks, and we were happy to learn them and play them, so we did. Marty Fay, Texas equals Charlene Spiteri, and yeah, she can sing just a bit. Yeah, I thought her voice was great, bearing in mind they'd really not done anything for her. Well, what, 15, 20 years maybe? So yeah. But yes, Ben, if you've got any Queen or John Deacon related questions, fire away. If I can help, I'd be more than happy to do so. Yes, sir. What's time? It's coming up 10 to 9. Welcome. Live chat number 51 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. Good to see you all again. Those of you that are here. I think a few people are on holiday. Tom Sage, how long does it normally take you to learn a new song? There's no easy answer to that, Tom. I will do a video about this at some point, because although I don't get asked that question, I get asked questions in a roundabout fashion, which kind of are the same thing. So if I'm learning a set, so we're in the middle of summer, you get bands contact you out of the blue. Oh, such and such gave me your number or your email address. Are you available to do a gig? Such and such a date. It's this band. This is where we're playing. This is the fee. Here's the song list. Um, so it happens a lot. Um, and I have to say, coming into this summer, I was a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous. I was anxious that I haven't done a lot of kind of covers and function covers and wedding covers since we came out of lockdown. A lot of my stuff has been Queen tributes, ABBA tributes, Uncle Funk. There was a wedding band I was doing a bunch of gigs with, but they weren't all necessarily sort of standard function cover material. And I actually said to myself, I need to put a couple of days aside and start running all the covers that I might get asked to play over the summer months. I didn't do it, but I've done about 5 or 6 gigs with bands that are doing functions and weddings and the covers stuff. So I've actually had sort of a bit of a baptism of fire without realizing I was going to need to do that. So I haven't sat down and done all the covers learning, but having done those 5 or 6 gigs, I kind of feel okay about it. I'm up to speed. So it's all good. But how long is it going to take you to learn a new song? Depends what the song is. Depends what key the band want to do it in. Um, but my process for doing it usually is, if I don't already know the song, chances are I'll have a rough idea, just musical knowledge of that song. What's the format? How does it sound? Then I'll play it a couple of times, have a listen, get an idea of what the bass is. Is it dropping in, dropping out? Is it bridge, middle eight, solo, chorus, all of that kind of thing. If it's a bit tricky, I'll do myself a note. I'll get a piece of paper and do myself like a chord sheet, or if there's some little fills or stuff, I'll write it all down. I've got that as a point of reference. And then I'll start pulling it apart. So I don't play with an iPad. I don't read. I don't like having bits of paper in front of me with chords on. It's not my thing. I like to commit it to memory, play it as you'd expect it to be played. So I break it down into chunks. So you'll have part A, part B, C, D, E, F. And the way I go about it is I will learn part A and I'll play it over quite a few times, make sure it's right. And until it's right, I don't move on to part B. So once A's right, I'll go to part B and I'll get that. Then I'll play A and B together a couple of times. Once that's right, then I move on to part C. And so on and so on. And eventually you end up with the whole song. Now, if time is of the essence, and for example, someone's contacted me to either do a gig that night because someone's dropped out or someone's ill or whatever, or I've only had like a day, then there isn't time for that. So it's really going to be a case of put the track on, start trying to play along and work out the stuff quick. If it's proving to be tricky, I'll write a quick cheat sheet if I need it, but I'd prefer not to have to do that. So if I run out of time, for example, someone's asking me to learn 30 songs or 35 songs, I'll go through, pick out the ones I already know, and then I know what I've got left. So if I've got 12 songs to learn, I know roughly I'm going to get maybe 3 to 4 songs done in an hour. So I'm going to need 3 to 4 hours. And it's not unheard of for me to get offered a gig late on a Friday or early on a Saturday morning, and then spend as much time as I can on the Saturday running that set, and then I'm playing it Saturday night. And that happens more often than you'd probably realize. It's already happened a few times this summer. So that's kind of how I do it. What kind of led me to doing the block by block approach, because I used to try and learn a song all in one hit. And I realized as you get older and the brain isn't quite what it used to be, retaining stuff when you're not learning it properly doesn't always work. So when I used to play in a Green Day tribute, we did a song called Jesus of Suburbia, which is like nearly 10 minutes long. There's quite a lot going on in that. But again, it's broken into chunks. It's definite segments. They play part A, B, C, D, E. And when we first decided we were going to play it, everyone sort of got very nervous. I said, we'll go into rehearsal, do all your practice beforehand. We'll go into rehearsal. We will play part A. And until we all play part A right, we don't move on to part B. And it worked. We had it nailed within an hour. And we then just played it round and round and round. We did it at the gig that night, and it was perfect. And we did it the night after, and it was perfect. And we did it the night after that, and it was perfect. So it was like, well, that's the way to do it. So that's my approach in terms of learning songs, Tom. That's how I do it. That's what just kind of works for me. It's not a definitive, this is the way it's got to be. It just kind of works for me, really. Ben Kennedy, John Deacon was definitely one of my biggest influences when I first started playing. A Millionaire Waltz, March of the Black Queen, The Miracle, definitely some personal highlights. Couldn't agree more. I'm not a huge fan of the Miracle song. I never was, even when the album first came out. I thought, okay, it's all right. Freddie's song, I understand why it was a single. He probably really pushed for it to be a single, I think, maybe. But yeah, John Deacon can play what he likes. So I'm going to enjoy it. So, but he's a great player to take. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like he's showing you the alphabet of bass playing. There are phrases, there's conversation, there are segments of technique that you can pick up from John Deacon that will just stand you in good stead throughout your whole career. And I know sometimes I'm playing, and without even thinking, I'll start doing I'll play in his style, and suddenly oh yeah, that's where I've got that from. Kev Smith, Mike, have you heard No Doubt do a cover of Talk Talks It's My Life? Yes, it was a single about 20 years ago, 2004 or 2005. Bassline is Ace. Yes, it is. I had to learn it once. And I only learned it once. I played it once and that was it. Never played it again. Bass player is Tony Canal. Yeah, what a player. Yeah, Tony Canal's on my radar. Don't worry about that. Yeah, they were a great band at the time. They were really great. Tom Sage, great tips on breaking a song down to learn. Look forward to that video when you get around to making it. I will. Don't worry. It's on the list. I will do that. Actually, if there's any ideas, anything that you guys would like to see video content wise to do with bass playing, let me know, because I can put reviews and demos up till the cows come home, but I can do some different stuff. So if you like some videos like that, I'm more than happy to impart what knowledge and wisdom I've got. Martin, how's the new dog settling in? I think you can probably hear him barking around the house. I haven't even done a Facebook announcement yet to say that we took him on. I will do that. It's been so busy. But he's doing good. He's got a couple of behavioural, I won't say they're behavioural issues. I just don't think the previous owners taught him. So we're sort of dealing with that on a daily basis. But he's getting there. He's walking good. I don't think the previous owners walked him. I don't think he has any concept on going for a walk. So we're having to teach him that, twice a day we're going out for a walk. You might meet some dogs, you'll meet other people, you do your business, you can check your P-mail, and it's all good. On Saturday, yeah, it was Saturday, we let him off the lead for the first time, and I have to say, our hearts were in our mouths, because if he'd run off, we couldn't have caught him. But we had him in kind of an enclosed field, and he couldn't get out of that field because of the hedgerows that were there. And he absolutely ran himself ragged. It was great, lovely to see. And He's just a ball of energy at the moment. It'll be his birthday on the 19th of July, so he'll be 1 year old. So he's just a kid. So taking it gently. I think he knows he's safe. I think he knows he's well looked after. He knows where his food and water bowls are. He sleeps well at night, which is a real bonus because the last two dogs didn't. And he's great company, and he inspires me every day with how he just sort of, whatever life throws at him, he just takes it on and just carries on. He has no problem. So he's good. He's all good. Thank you for asking. EAZL, good to see you. Welcome back. What are the best pickups for the classic classic P-bass tone? Well, there's no one answer for that. And I've seen these questions. We've had them here on live chats before. Different pickups will sound different. Depends how they're wired, depends on the magnets, depends on the special sauce that the manufacturer wants to put in there. If there was one pickup in that style, a split coil pickup, there would just be one pickup because that's all it would need to be. Yet there are hundreds of different P-based pickups. So really, it's a hard one to answer because in an ideal world, you take your bass and you go to a store and they might have 10 pickups and you'd say, well, can you put each one in, solder it in and then I'll play it. And if that's the one I want, then but that's not going to happen. So your best bet is to use YouTube as much as you can and find demos of different pickups. Sometimes manufacturers will do, if they've got, say, 3 or 4 different P split core pickups, they'll do a comparison. I posted up a link before where Aguilar had 4 sets of jazz pickups that they make. So they've got the 60s, they've got the 70s, they've got the hot, and they've got the hum cancelling ones. And they have the same bass, the same player, and they basically get them to play the same pieces of music, but each time with a different pickup. And so you play whatever a line is, and they'll have him playing with the 60s, then with the 70s, then with the hot one, then with the humbucking one. So you can hear the difference, and it's so blatantly obvious the different characteristics of each set. And that's kind of what you want with that. For me, when I'm doing the Queen stuff, actually, I've got the bass in. You'll have seen this before anyway. So this is the main bass I use for the Queen tributes. It's just a Mexican precision. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen. I know, I'm sorry. Out of practice, you see, a couple of weeks off, it all goes to pot. So this came with the standard Mexican P pickup. It was all right. It was nothing great. And my good friends at Aguilar, Dave Avenius, said, we were just having a conversation about what projects I was working on. And he said, oh, you're doing a Queen tribute. Would you like a new pickup for that? I said, yeah, love one. Great. So they sent me the 60s. This is 60s P. Hold on. Let me go to the Aguilar side. I'll tell you, rather than me talk a load of old flannel. I think it's the 60s hot pickup, but I could be wrong. It's the no one's listing it as the proper. It's the AG4P. So just bear with me. Oh, they do some nice ceramic bar ones now. Oh, very good. It's the 60s era, the AG4P60. So that's what I use in this bass. Sounds great. But not all P. See, people say the classic P bass tone. Well, are you talking about 50s P bass, 60s P bass, 70s P bass, 80s P? They all sounded different. Pickups were wound differently with different types of wires, different magnets, what have you. So there are distinctive characteristics. So 60s one is kind of, that's a classic tone of its own. Tends to be less kind of heavy and aggressive and in your face, a little more refined, but with loads of kind of that low mid-range sort of thump that split coils are known for. Go into the 70s, it becomes like a heftier, grindier pickup. And then I say that, and then my Mike Dern precision over there has got 59p, which grinds like no other pickup I've ever had. So it's very difficult, but every manufacturer that produces a P-bass pickup is going to have its own characteristics, its own sort of identity. So you kind of need to do your research on it. So I can highly recommend one of these, if you one of these Aguilar 60s pickups, if that's what you're after. I'm wondering if this is the hot one, but I know it was definitely the 60s one, so maybe they changed their pickup slightly. Why not? Maybe they are. So these magnets are slightly bigger. I wonder if this is the hot. It might be, but I thought it was the 60s hot. So again, just looking at the Aguilar pickups on their page, I wonder if there was some rationalization, because this pickup's been in since 2018. So there might have been some changes in the catalogue. Let's see who we've got here. See Lewis Wingrove, good to see you, my man. You finally made it. Yes, you did. Good to see you. So EAZL, yes. I would just do some research, and if you can find any videos of someone playing a similar bass to what you have with the pickup you're looking for, but then you see the choice of strings is going to make a difference as well. So if they've got strings that you don't use or that you prefer, that tone is going to change anyway. It's a guessing game, I'm afraid. Stacey Ann, good to see you. You're late to the party, but that's okay. You're a busy girl. Lewis just got here too. Lewis Wingrove, awesome. Stacey, yes, haircutting bonanza today. Exactly. Just got a break. Thank you, Stacey, for joining in. Martin Fay saying hello to everyone. Yes, festivities may begin. Quite right. Let's see. Yeah, Tom said the gang's all here. So yeah, we're starting to get the people in now. Lewis is a fan of Bartolini. EAZL, what strings are you? This is the bass I use predominantly for the Queen tribute. So I'm using rotor sound, round wound, steel wound. Steel wound? What am I talking about? Round wound steel strings, 4505, swing bass 66s. So that's what I use on here. There's then the FSR 70s precision, the natural ash one. That's got the same strings on, but it sounds totally different, far more aggressive, chunky, boisterous, in your face. The Mike Dirnt used to have swing bass 66s on. It now has rotor sound flat wounds on, 4505s. So it's a lot tamer than it used to sound, but it still sounds great. And the flats work really well on them. Let's think. I think that's all my P basses. The P bass light doesn't really count, to be fair. Yeah, so that's it. But I'm never against trying different strings on a P bass, and sometimes I use different rotor sounds. So I did. Let's think. When was that? 2018, when I was doing working with an Oasis tribute. I strung one of my precision nickel round wounds, slightly warmer tone, less clanky, less sort of bitey and in your face, and they work great. So you know, never be afraid to either try a different brand, different gauge, different string material, because the P bass will always sound slightly different. So it gives you an idea of different sounds that you're capable of getting if you change the actual strings. Lewis Wingrove, I'm a soap bar man. Yeah. You can have any pickup you want as long as it's Bartolini. Oh, you're a one, Lewis. You're a one. Scott M, good to see you. I just replaced the awful P-bass Fender V-Mod 2 pickups in my American Professional 2 bass. How is that bass going, Scott? I know you sent us pictures a while back, the sort of midnighty blue, I think it was, wasn't it? With the Fender original P-bass pickup sounds much better, but Lindy Fralin P-bass pickups are my fave. Lots of people swear by those. I've never tried a Lindy Fralin pickup, as far as I'm aware. than my mum. Michael's sister says young Charlie is totally adorable. Yeah, she's right. He is. Lewis Wingrove, Bartolini will customize any pickup to any configuration, as in a P-base pickup in the soap bar configuration. Just a technical tip. Yeah, I mean, fans of JD are always taken aback if they don't already know that despite there being two humbuckers, or what you think are two humbuckers in a JD, they're actually humbucker housings with split coil P-base pickups in. So when you look at a JD and Mark King doing his Slapatronics and what have you, that's actually two single coils, two split coil pickups, which is why the JD partially why the JD has that sound. Later on, around about 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, John Diggins redid the pickups and they sound quite different. But anyone that's after the classic JD sound, you're going to want those split coil P's in there. Yes, you are. So yeah, P-base. Yeah, did me well last weekend, I have to say. These strings have been on for over a year. They're not dead yet. It's out of tune. We Are the Champions. It's fairly raucous, nearly. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just a Mexican P-base with a few upgrades. Got Wilkinson bridge, changed the controls, changed the pickups, hip shot tuners, swap those out. String tree, the nuts still original. Put some gold strap buttons on. Yeah, there we go. Saw a question pop up there. Let's see that. Scott M, I just got some Bartolini candy bar pickups in on my bases, which are pretty cool. Excellent. Excellent. What sort of tone are you getting with those, Scott? Give me an approximation. Hi guys, can I ask what is a standard rate for a function depth gig? Just been asked to cover for someone. Mate, there is no standard rate, really. It's basically what the band want to pay you. Some bands will go out for huge amounts of money. Some bands don't. Some will just take any gig. I've seen some bands do functions for 500 quid and less. And then other bands might get £2,000 or more. So basically, some bands will, this is an old trick, goes back years, so they might be getting paid £2,000, but they might only offer their debt 150 or less. My advice always is it's like crossing a tightrope. You don't want to offend someone and you don't want to lose the gig, but at the same time, you have to know your worth. And I've found since we came out of lockdown, my perception of a lot of this stuff has changed. So I'm very fortunate. I don't have a mortgage to pay anymore. We paid that off a couple of years ago. Up till that point, I would just work my backside into the ground. I would take literally any gig that came my way unless it was really bad paid. But I would do all the pub and club stuff and, fill the diary as much as you can and work as hard as you can. But since we came out of lockdown, I've taken a different approach because life is short. Any of us could have gone during COVID. Friend of the channel, some of you will have seen him post on here before, Paul from Glasgow, YouTube as an influencer, is extremely ill. Probably hasn't got very long left to live. And it kind of makes you reassess everything. He's 56. He won't be seeing out, I don't think he'll see out the summer. He may well be watching. Paul, if you're watching, we'll talk tomorrow. So I've taken the stance now that I've broken the 50 barrier, that I won't do gigs on the cheap, and I don't want to do every gig that gets offered to me. And when you start, we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis, and you start breaking down what you're getting paid, what you actually realistically going to take home at the end. So someone offers you 150 quid. Where's the gig? What's your fuel going to be? Once you've taken your tax and national insurance off, what are you left? How much time have you got to put in to learn the set? If someone offers me a gig and there's loads of stuff to learn, I'll look at the whole set of information I've got. So where is it? What time have I got to be there? How much work am I going to have to put in to learn this? What's involved? And if I think the money doesn't reflect the amount of effort, then I'll just walk away from it. It's not. I'm not in any as a band member like I used to be. So I used to be covers bands, and I would be 1/4 or 1/3 of it, and we would all, as a democracy, make that band work and get gigs in, and organize gigs, and you do all of that. I don't have any of those sort of jobs to do anymore. People will ask me, are you available for a gig? Here's where it is. This is the fee. These are the songs. And from that, I can either go, yes, I'd love to do it, or thank you for asking. On this occasion, I'll pass. So when it comes to a standard rate, there isn't one. Some bands will just take whatever the fee is and split it equally amongst everyone. Some bands pay their depths a diminished rate, because generally the perception is depths. I'll say I am a dep, right? Okay. The perception is depths are lazy. They don't learn the stuff. They have no vested interest in the band and future gigs. And a lot of depths are fly by nights. They will just take the money, sort of blag their way through the gig, and then they don't play for those people again. I've had people like that, dep in bands that I've run, and their lack of rolling their sleeves up, learning the material, doing a good job meant I didn't ever ask them to play again. Then you get the phone calls and the emails. Why haven't you offered me any gigs lately? Don't learn the stuff. Why am I? If you learn the stuff, I can use you. If you're not going to learn the stuff, there's no point. Then you get the people who say a gig is 150 quid, and they'll give it 150 quid's worth of listening, and they're just not bothered. They don't care. So there's that thing. My advice, Will, is if you're doing this professionally, you're not doing it as a hobby, you're doing it professionally, put your best foot forward, learn everything, prepare, and prepare a bit more. Bust your nuts, learn stuff properly, because if you're starting out in this industry or you've been doing it a while, people notice if you go the extra mile. And I would like to think that over my career, I've always tried to do that. There have been one or two occasions where there just wasn't time to go that extra mile. And I made that clear to the band leader at the time and just said, look, I just don't have the time to learn this. I'll do the gig to the very best of my ability, and I'll learn as much as I can. But I just don't have the time to do the perfect version of what you want. Like one of the gigs I did recently, the gig came in on the afternoon the day before. I had no time that night to learn anything. They wanted me to do a fairly famous song, and they wanted me to play on bass the keyboard parts. And I said, I just can't. I can play you the bass for that song, but I just don't have the time, as well as all the other songs in your set list, to learn the keyboard parts and play it on bass. I just don't have the time. Can't do it. I'm sorry. And but they were fine about it. But standard rate. Well, I don't know you, Will. I think I don't know you. I don't know how you apply yourself to learning depth stuff. If you think pardon the phrase, you think you're shit hot and you are amazing, and you're the best man for the job, you can ask for whatever you want. But whether you're going to get it or not is up to you. But I'd weigh all the factors up. So where is it? What's going to cost you in fuel? How much time you got to spend learning it all? Are they giving you extra work after? Or is this purely just a one-off? One of the things I now look at is, am I learning a set of material and a load of songs that I'm never going to play again, because if I am, I want more money for doing it. There's no value in me learning a load of obscure cover songs that I'm never going to play with another band. I'm literally investing all this time for one gig. Well, the financial rewards have to reflect that. Some band leaders hate people being that organized about it, and to them it's just, oh, just learn it and do it, you know. But it's not them that's got to learn it. You're learning it from scratch, you know. So, mate, it's the standard rate for a function deck gig. Lick your finger and see which way the wind blows. If you think you can get away with asking for 250, 300, 350, 400, and you know what the band are getting paid, go for it. If you think you're not going to apply yourself, you're literally going to go in and blag it, don't charge lots of money, because they will be really angry. If you don't have a lot of time to learn it and you make that clear to the band leader, then take the fee they're offering, let them know what you can and can't do. Don't ever promise what you can't deliver. Don't pretend to be an amazing dep and it's really annoying as a band leader. Backs off the stage, but that's it. But get the information. What time have I got to be there? What time are we finishing? How long is it going to take me to get there? What are the songs? What are the keys? You know, get all the information. And then if the fee they're offering you isn't enough, you can go back and say, I can do it for this because, you know, my fuel's going to come to this, or, you know, but there is no fixed rate, mate. I mean, you can, and I know some players that won't go out for a penny less than 300 quid, whether they're that busy, but maybe they have day jobs and they don't rely on the income from gigs to run their life. Maybe not. So look, Scott M, the candy bar pickup sound just like all Barts. Very clear and crisp. Excellent. Stacey, bless you, Paul. Time is money, and it's never more clear than when you're self-employed. Told you that, didn't I? Liz Wingrove, after 2 years now, I finally tamed this pedal board. She's spectacular. I bet there's some LEDs on that board, eh? In case you ask, nothing new. Next month, I'm going after the new Universal Audio dual compressor. Okay. I expect a full review next live chat, Lewis. That's end of July. And for anyone that wants to attend the next live chat, July 25th. It's already on the YouTube channel. Let me, I can post you a link. Just bear with me 2 seconds. And if you want to turn the notification on so you get an alert, you can. So this is the link for the next live chat on the 25th of July. So as I say, you can turn the notify me button on right now, and that will remind you a little closer to the time. Stacey Ann Lewis, tamer of the pedal board. Exactly. I imagine him in like a strongman suit and a whip, cracking the whip at the pedal board. Lewis, I'm looking forward to using the FET style of compression for accuracy, and the optical settings for the wet line keeps the trails intact. See, you learn stuff here on our live chats. Yes, you do. Quite right too. So if you just stumbled across tonight's live chat, welcome. It's live chat number 51 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. You might be wondering why the visual is a little odd. I explained earlier, I'll explain again. So you may have realized on the last live chat, there was potential we were going to have someone joining us via video, except I couldn't offer them a video link to join by because I'd already set the live chat up some time in advance. And back then they didn't have the facility for Go Live Duo, which means you can have someone else via video joining your live chat. So I've set these 3 through the summer up with that facility in place. So normally when I'm filming the live chats, my camera has a landscape orientation. Well, the mobile app is basically split the screen and requires the phone to be in portrait mode, portrait mode, rather than landscape mode. So at the moment on my camera, I can see me in the top half of the screen and then a very black box underneath. So if our special guest decides to join us by video, he'll appear, and on the desktop version of YouTube, I'll be on one side and he'll be on the other. However, because he hasn't joined at the moment, it's just me, you've basically ended up with the portrait visual, just the way it is. So this is all a bit of experiment. The thing is, once you go into the app on the mobile, if you try and come out, it says that the live chat has ended. If I'd done that, all the links for you guys to join the live chat would have been dead. There wouldn't have been a video. It would have been and gone without actually doing anything. But that's the way it works. There we go. Who we got? James Sweeney. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Have I got everything there? I thought there was another message popped up there. Yes. So that's why the visual is a little different tonight. I'm sorry. But that's not to say our special guest could appear at any time. He might. He might not. We'll see. If he doesn't, I will try and make sure he's on the next live chat at the end of July. We will see. So if you've not been here on a live chat before, this is live chat number 51. If you're on the mobile app, the live chat window is directly below. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. So you can contribute to the live chat. Just put your cursor, pointer, mouse, whatever you want to call it, in the live chat window. Type your comment or question, press send, and it will appear here on my live chat window. Once it appears there, I can respond to it. At the bottom of the window, you'll see there's an emoji icon, so feel free to give that an absolute leathering. There's also a dollar symbol there. That's called Super Chat. So if you wish to make a financial contribution to the channel, you may do so. That allows me to keep the channel running, doing the videos, buying the gear that you see. If you've seen the Lakeland workshop video, all the products in that have to be bought and paid for. So that's what the Super Chat payments, Super Thanks payments all go towards. The merchandise commissions, the affiliate commissions, all goes towards this stuff. It all goes back into the content that you guys see here on the channel. So that's Super Chat. Underneath the video, you'll see an array of icons. So we've got a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up if you would be so kind. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down if you wish. Just leave me a comment to tell me why you don't like the video. Then I can try and make it better. There's a share arrow, which allows you to share this video out to social media, email, and external websites. There's the save button, so you can watch the video at a later date. There's also a love heart with a dollar symbol in it. That's called Super Thanks. Works exactly the same as Super Chat. So again, if you enjoy the content here on the channel, or you particularly like a specific video, if you hit the Super Thanks button, allows you to make a financial contribution to the channel. It can be a small amount, it can be a big amount. It's whatever works for you. The videos are free, but if you like what we do here on Brooksy Space Corner, you want to help the channel keep it going, keep it moving, you got Super Chat, Super Thanks options. So if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I post up new content and post on the community tab. And if you wish to like the video, give it a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. And feel free to share any of the content here on the channel out to your social media. If any of the videos sort of you find them really interesting, or you want someone to see something, you can either share a link or you can share the video directly out onto your own social media platform. So underneath the icons. So underneath the video, you've got the icons. Underneath the icons, you've got description box. In there, you'll find links for the merchandise. So there's a UK and Europe store. There's the US and worldwide store. So we've got t-shirts, we've got caps, we've got hoodies. My hoodie arrived today, along with this very nice orange t-shirt. Same thing. The gear is absolutely superb. Really good quality stuff. The printing is great. The lighting is not showing it off to its best, but it looks great. Charcoal grey hoodie. Brooks's Base Corner on the back. This will be residing in my car for coming home from gigs from now on. A little winter warmer, so if you please. So yeah, we've got mugs, we've got glasses. I think there's beer glasses on there. Water bottles, t-shirts, hoodies, caps, a million different bits of headwear, phone cases, iPad cases, leisure wear. Go on the store. There's literally about 160 pieces of merchandise for each design. There's going to be some new designs going up over the next couple of weeks as well. So then in the description box underneath the merchandise links, we've got the affiliate links. So if you've got any base related purchases, either through Thomann, Amazon.co.uk and their European partners, or Amazon.com and their worldwide partners, Gear for Music or Andertons in the UK. If you buy any base related gear, either on the storefronts that I've created for Brooks's Base Corner on those retailers, or if it's just going through their site using the affiliate link in the description box, add the items to your basket, go through with the purchase. Once you pay for the items, a small commission comes back here to the channel. And that's it. That's how it works. There's also social media links. You'll find those virtually in every video here on the channel. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, BeReal, Discord, Reddit, and Quora. So yeah. And I saw a load of messages pop up. Lewis Wingrove, I'm now looking at 300 minimum, 300 minimum per pedal. Universal Audio, Strymon, Eventide, and Source Audio isn't cheap. No, it isn't. I'm addicted to these studio quality units. There is magic in those brands. I tell you, I've started using the Source Audio pedals that I got a while back. Let me just go and grab them. I've been putting them through their paces over the past couple of weeks. Not on gigs, just wanted to get au fait with them here at home first. Stick that in there. So there will be videos very shortly on these pedals, and I love them. They're great. So we've got the Source Audio Aftershock, which is a distortion and fuzz pedal. We've got the C4 synth. What's going on there? And then we've got the Spectrum filter, envelope filter pedal. So all of these will have videos very shortly. I know I've had them for some time. Lots of things been going. So those will be appearing shortly. George Iliadis. Good evening, George. Hope you're well down there in Australia. Hope everything's good. Stacey Ann, hey, look at that sharp hoodie. Nice one. Yes. I think there's one at your pad as well for Mr. Young. I hope he's enjoying wearing that merchandise. But yeah, here we go. So the orange t-shirt arrived today along with the hoodie. Got a t-shirt for Uncle Funk Soundman. I've got one other shirt in the post, but they haven't. It's come as a separate product, probably because the box was full actually. So yeah, so there will be discount. In fact, I should do this while I'm here rather than just say there will be discounts. There are discounts. So let's just have a quick look to see when the next discounts go up for the merchandise. So last week we had the 25% off day, which is why I bought this merchandise. So let's have a little look, see. Promo campaigns, 15% off from tomorrow until the 2nd of July. Yeah, so there's 15% off tomorrow from 28th of June to the 2nd of July, and there's 20% off from the 8th of July till the 12th of July. And then we have free standard delivery from the 20th of July until the 24th of July. Yes, indeed. So I will post all of those promotions up on social media and also on the community tab. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah. So that's the merchandise promotions that are coming up. I think I missed a few messages there. Lewis Wingrove, is that fuzz any good? Yes. Yes, it is. It's fab. Let me get it. Showing. It's kind of following the same design as these other Source Audio pedals. So basically, you look at the front, you think, oh, okay, there's various bits and pieces I can do. You can then hook it up via USB. It's kind of an old, I'm trying to remember what that is, what it's called. It's the plug that's like that. Yeah, anyway, old style USB on there. And then using their app thing, you can go into all of the parameters you can change and modify, and it all gets a bit tricky, but the actual basic pedal as it comes out of the box is fabulous. So yeah. One I found was the Walrus Audio Eons Fuzz with voltage control, 3 volts to 18 volts, splitting to clean. I'm dying to find out about the aftershock. There are YouTube videos on this. I will get this up as soon as I can, Lewis, and hopefully that'll answer some of your questions. So it uses a thing called the Neuro mobile app. So connect your pedal to a Neuro hub for next generation pedal board connectivity. Save multiple pedal presets as seen. Share external controllers via MIDI. Hot hand expression. Dread to think, and edit scenes using Neuro Hub Manager software. Yeah, that keep you busy. So, yeah, they're great. So I've just been kind of noodling around with them at home a bit. I want to get au fait with them before I put them on my board, but I've got to get my my festival pedal board ready. I didn't use it for the first bunch of shows that we've done with Uncle Funk. I just kept it simple with the smaller board, but I want to get the pedal train festival board up and ready. We've got so much coming up through July, August, September that I want these pedals on there. So yeah. USB Mini, thank you, Lewis. That's it. Yes, Miss Stacey. Yes, Mr. Young is quite pleased with this hoodie. Excellent stuff. That's what I like to hear. Very good. Yes. Grand. So here we are. It's coming up to 20 to 10 here in London town, the UK. This is Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat number 51. It's good to see you. But you do get out the rhythm. We had really good rhythm going from January through till the end of May. And you drop out of that. And it's like, whoa, okay, this is how we do this. I've forgotten all those skills. Lewis Wingrove, my TC electronic flashback times 4 is programmable with WHA buttons. Don't know what that means. What? Yeah, one of those. Yeah, and I remember the TC electronic pedals. You could save not scenes, but kind of presets, couldn't you? And then you could upload them and share them with other players. I'm never convinced that like other companies try to do that, and I'm never actually that convinced that people can be bothered. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. I don't know. I can't say I've ever shared any sound profiles that I've created on effects with anyone else. If that's your thing, go for it. The thing is, every player, all your gigs are pretty different, really, unless you're playing in the same venue night after night. And the thing with effects is invariably you set them up at home or in rehearsal or whatever, and then you end up having to play around with them on the gig to get them to sound good in that setting. Yeah, Lewis Wingrove, I loaded it up and never went back. Oh, okay, right. So you went to the TC Electronic software and then never went and used it again. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've just seen myself on the screen. I lean back and it's like, yeah, my dinner's in there, I'm afraid. I'm usually a little more svelte, but I only ate my dinner about 30 minutes before we started the live chat, I'm afraid. Sorry. My fault. I'm out of practice, of course. Good. Okie dokes. Yeah. So has anyone been buying anything? What have you or been trying anything out? Let me know. Patrick Sweeney, evening. Good evening, sir. Evening, Mike, and everyone else. Finally in to catch up with everyone. Good to see you, my friend. Hope everything's good. I hope everything. Well, have you been gigging, Patrick? Where have you been playing over the past few weeks? It's been fairly hectic here. I've had quite a few Saturdays with 2 gigs, um, which is always enjoyable, but a little fraught that anything could go wrong getting to the second one. But I've seemed to have done okay. I've not been late yet, and the roads have behaved themselves. I'm not sure I've got too many left during the summer. They tend to happen sporadically. And it's not something you normally plan. Although with Uncle Funk, we've got quite a few festival gigs where we're playing early to mid-afternoon. So we can, or as a player, I can then fit in a wedding gig for someone else later in the evening. Yeah, I don't think I've got any other double days at the moment, or have I? Could be talking absolute rot, but no, I haven't got any other ones in the diary at the moment. It's all single gigs. But we all like a bit of double bubble, that's for sure. So if I can fit a second one in and one comes in, that's great. I'll be there. Lewis, the H90 is the king of delay from Eventide, but at $900, it better than the 9K. Oh, is it better than the 9K rack mount? Got you, understood. Patrick, yes, busy with lots of weddings, festivals, and functions over the last few weeks. Excellent. Andy, good morning from Australia. Hey, good to see you. You're very welcome. I don't recognise you, so if we have spoken or communicated, forgive me, but I think you're new to the channel, so you're very welcome here. Brooks's Base Corner, live chat 51, Tuesday evening, London town. Got any questions, Andy? Feel free to get involved if you're looking for any advice on bass playing, gear, bass players, anything. Feel free to ask. If I can help, if I can offer advice, I'm more than happy to do so. If there's a question and I don't know the answer, I'll open it up to the other fine people we have here on the live chat. And chances are one of them may well know. And that's how we work here. We sort of share our knowledge. So if you've got anything bass-wise that you'd like to ask, feel free. Lewis Wingrove, love to the Australian people. Quite right too. Yes, so for anyone who's watching, or even if you're watching this after the event, you can always leave comments in the comments section, and I'll come back to you as soon as I get a notification that you've left the comment. So you got any questions about bass guitars, amplifiers, speakers, combos, pedals, gig bags, accessories, cleaning materials? You want to talk about great bass players, bands that had great bass players in them, albums with great bass lines on, setting up a new pedal board. Maybe you're looking to buy a new bass, new amp, trying to put your pedals in the right order so you get the best tones. That's what we're here for. It's what we do. That's how we do it. Patrick Sweeney running your own festival this weekend. My best wishes going out to you. Of Tenterden for my sins, I'm the musical director. I don't know how festival organisers don't have heart attacks. But anyway, I hope it all goes well, Patrick. Let us know. Well, in a couple of weeks' time, it'll be 4 weeks' time till the next live chat. So you'll have to let us know how it went. Scott M, has anyone ever tried barefaced bass cabs? There will be loads of people here who have. Scott, I promise you. I haven't. They've never kind of crossed my path. The only time I've kind of been anywhere near any was at one of the London bass shows when they were demonstrating. But I was already an EBS user, and then I went to Aguilar. But I know a lot of people who do use it. So, yeah, ask some questions, Scott. I'm sure the likes of Patrick, something else we've got on here. George may have. Martin might have tried barefaced cabs, but yeah, they do have a bit of a following here. So yeah, by all means, put your question up, Scott. Lewis, I'm a huge fan of Summer Nats, the Kings of Burnout. You've lost me, Lewis. Summer Nats is finally taking over America. Okay, right. I think I think I know what you're saying. Andy, here's one. I have an MXR M80 on my flyboard. M80 is that the vintage Octaver? Oh no, you got the bass DI preamp, right? Okay. Thinking of changing it to a Sonsamp Para DI. Thoughts? I haven't got any thoughts because I haven't used either. I've got a Sonsamp bass driver, but I've never used the MXR M80. Don't think I have. Not in terms of owning. I'm wondering if I've reviewed one for the mag. I don't think I did. There are a couple of MXR preamps. That wasn't one of them, I don't think. So I'll open that one to the floor. Anyone out there tried the MXR M80 bass DI preamp or tried the Sonsamp Para DI? If you got any thoughts, put them in the live chat window and let Andy know. Scott M, very cool. Thanks, Patrick Sweeney. Yes, fingers crossed it goes well. 20 bands. Good Lord, 6,000 people. You'll be needing a very, very large glass of sherry after the show, Patrick. Lewis Wingrove, in Australia, they have a kart festival. This statement is brief explanation of the Killer Festival. Okay. Okie dokes. If it's any use to you, Andy, I in one of the bands I play in, where I just use a board and in-ear monitors, I use an Aguilar tone hammer preamp pedal, which is basically the guts of the tone hammer amplifier, but without the power section. I get a lot of compliments on the tone, whether that's the tone hammers playing any part in that, I don't know. But the fact that I've not had any sound men issues when I've run from the XLR on that pedal to front house, and our sound men all love it. They all go, they're very happy that that's what I'm using. So yeah, Ben Kennedy, I do have a Squire 70s jazz bass, okay, that I quite enjoyed playing, but the bridge pickup suffers when I roll the front volume pot off, as it cuts all sound from the bass. Any tips on how to remedy this? When I roll the front volume pot off, it cuts all sound from the bass. I don't know what the controls on that bass are. Maybe someone else does. As it's a jazz and it's a Squire, I'd expect it to be volume, tone. Can anyone tell me if the pots on that bass are actually volume, pickup, balance, and tone, which would explain that. But if it is volume, tone, and the volume from the bridge pickup goes when you turn the front volume pot off, sounds like someone's been playing with the wiring on that bass. The front volume is for the neck pickup. The second control is the volume control for the bridge pickup. So the front one should have no control over the sound from that bridge pickup. So I don't know what's going on there, Ben. Just check it. If you plug the bass in, turn that front volume up. When you turn the second control, is it a pickup pan or is it a volume? Let me know. Come back onto the chat. Patrick Sweeney, yes, Scott, I have a BT3 cab 212 plus tweeter, 1600 watts if needed. I use an Aguilar AG700 with it. A very fine amplifier there, Patrick. A great sound that works well for me. Excellent. Andy, I had a TH500, which was killer as a pre. Not so sure about the power section. Well, as I said, the tone hammer pedal is basically the preamp guts of that amplifier without the power. So basically, you run that pedal with an adapter that comes with it. Gives me the Aguilar tone hammer sound, but without having to have an amp. And in that band, everything I'm doing is coming off the bass, the pedal board, out to the front system, and then I get it back in my IEMs. So yeah. Andy, for your information, I'm sat here playing my 85 Yamaha BBX. Very nice. Great old axe. Yes, indeed. Anyone else dig Yamaha? Yeah, I think a lot of us do. I've got a couple of Yamahas here. I love Yamaha basses. Actually, some of the most watched videos here on my channel are Yamaha demos and reviews. They have a great following, I have to say. Scott M, thanks Patrick Sweeney. There you go, Scott. James Sweeney. Are you two related, James and Patrick? Yeah, Yamaha 434, lovely guitar. Yamaha gear is great across the board. It's whether you're in the cheaper end or the more expensive end. I'm not saying the cheaper end is comparative with the expensive end, but there's a certain level of consistency and quality. However, as I pointed out, and I've said this before on the live chat, and the bass is still here, so I can show you. Who's that? Harry Poppins. Who is that? Harry Poppins. Hello, me old mucker. I don't know who you are. Can't tell by the photo. Too small. Can I see a bigger picture of that? Yeah, I can. See who it is. Picture of Mark King, but you aren't Mark King. So yeah, Mark King ain't going to appear on my YouTube channel. He sent me a WhatsApp to say he wouldn't. So yeah. Anyway, what I was talking about, this Yamaha bass. So we have spoken about this before on the live chats, and we'll speak about it again. So here I have one of the Yamaha BB basses. So this is the BB 235. It's 235. Yeah. So there's a review video and a demo of this. I can put them in the live chat if you want. If you're not bothered, don't worry. And It plays great, sounds great, but as you may be hearing, I have a rattle like crazy. And as I say in the review video, yeah, it's one of these machine heads. It's actually this, right? I'm trying to show you. It's this. It's a bit wobbly, right? This was brand new out of the box. So even though Yamaha are generally very consistent, good quality, good attention to detail, this bass fell through the cracks. So as I say, it's not great, is it? Yet, if I do that again, just touching that tuner, right now, it's not that one. Was it? That one. That's that one. It stops rattling. Yet they sent this out to me for review and demo on the channel. Take my finger off. Now we're talking. Because it's loose. Crazy. Okay, it's not an expensive bass, but someone didn't even hear that when it was being checked before it got packed out. Madness. Lewis Wingrove. If you are looking for a great sound on a preamp, look up what the studios use and make pedal versions of the Lexicon, for example. Yeah. Andy, I also have a BB735A. Great bass. Amazing bass for a small outlay. Agreed. Stacey, wouldn't an appearance from Mark King be more than just a little bit cool? It would, but judging on his response to appearing or even joining in by text on the last live chat, it won't be happening. Not a chance. Harry Poppins is not Mark King. If it is Mark King, it'll turn up on my spare me a moment, guys. If I might be able. Mark King at level 42. Lewis, hint, Polster, Lexicon, and the UA610 preamp, famous for a reason. Yes, sir. I hear. Harry Poppins is quite an exquisite handle. It's well thought out. That, yeah. See, that I wouldn't put past Mark King using that. Being a bit cheeky, but that ain't Mark King. So I don't know who Harry Poppins is. I don't think there was any content on their YouTube channel. Just a photo of Mark King. Let me have a look. Nah, see, no videos. No videos, no subscribers either. I don't think. No. Joined April 11th, 2023. It ain't Mark King. No way. Andy, totally bummed that level 42 didn't make it to Australia. I know you were supposed to get them before COVID happened. To be honest, I'm not sure they're going to make it down your way, if I'm honest. I think time's running out. I don't think they could make enough money coming down there. It's exactly the same reason they're not going to go to the US again, I don't think. Ben Kennedy, tone pots on the Squire function as normal volume, and overall tone. Tried rolling the front neck pickup off and leaving the bridge pickup on, and it cut all volume, so it might be the wiring. Is the bass second hand, Ben? And he was looking forward to meeting him. He sent me a birthday card one year. Oh, very nice. No, Mike Lindup said they're not coming. No. There's not enough money in it for them. They won't sell enough tickets. They won't get enough bums on seats to make it worth the while. Which is fair enough. You'll just have to come or go to somewhere they're playing. So probably Japan's probably going to be nearest thing for you. Or somewhere like Philippines or Indonesia when they do those gigs. Lewis Wingrove or the Pot at Ben. That's obviously for Ben Kennedy. I don't know what you're saying there, Lewis. Or the Pot at Ben. So it might be the wiring or the pot. Got you. The act, you meant to put an A. Yeah. Andy, I plan to get back to Blighty soon. Hopefully I catch them then. Yes, they're playing end of the year. They're not doing many. Oh, I don't even think they're doing any UK festivals. But the UK tour is in October and November. All the dates are on their website. Lewis Wingrove, potentiometer. Could be. Something's not right, that you turn the neck pickup volume off and it knocks out the bridge volume. Patrick Sweeney, James may be a very distant relative. Maybe. There's bass playing genes in that Sweeney clan, tell you. The Divine Hermit King, greetings from the USA. Welcome. You're more than welcome. Good to see you. I don't know who you are. I don't think you've been here on the channel before, but you're very welcome. Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat 51. YouTube, Tuesday evening, London town, here in Blighty. Andy, I'm loving that alembic. Thank you. We've had Micah Thomas from Alembic here on, I think it was live chat 44. We're hoping to have her do like a video interview on one of the live chats in the future. So keep coming back. I'll announce it when it gets booked up. So yeah, that's an Alembic 20th anniversary there. I have another one. Let me offload the Yamaha. I'll show you the other one. Oh. Bear with me a moment, people. Let's get the other one. You know what's coming. The regulars do. There we go. There she is. There we are. See LEDs on, of course. Goes without saying. But yeah, so it's a marking signature standard. It's 20th anniversary behind. Sound totally different from each other. Couldn't be more different if they tried. Right, Lewis, if replacement is required, please use a CTS branded part. Mojo and Emerson Pro is a CTS with better tolerance. CTS or nothing. Yeah, Andy, dang. Yep. I'm very lucky to have both, I have to say. Review videos coming of these very shortly. God, those strings are. New strings required on the Alembics, Mr. Brooks. I would say. Patrick Sweeney, Southeast England here. The Sweeney clan went everywhere around the globe. Yeah. Andy, there was one of those for sale down here, $15,000. Christ. Yes, they've gone up since COVID. Alembics have gone up. Kabikis have gone up. Status now retired. They're going up. It's all going on. Scott M. Goodness, that Alembic is so beautiful. Comes out on gigs when I know what the gig is and what the amount of room I'm going to have. If I can guarantee this isn't going to get damaged, this comes out on occasional gigs. But if it's going to be a bit cramped, it's not going anywhere. So can't risk bashing it. Stacey Ann, where are you in the US? The Divine Hermit King, Illinois. Just dropped in to say hello. Hello, good to see you. Welcome, join in the conversation. Got anything you want to know about basses, bass guitars, amplifiers, effects, pedals, any of that? If you're looking for some advice or just want to chew the fat, feel free. Andy, I have a status Series 4000, serial number 003. Well done, sir. I've got quite a bit of status gear here myself. I've got in the rack. Got Series 2000, number 416. Got status Matrix, black one, PJ. Status Empathy. We've got one of the original Status T basses here. Status Trace Elliott T basses. Got a Stingray with a 5-string Stingray with a Status graphite neck. Got a Status Streamline here as well. 2 Empathies, I should say, not one. So used to just saying one. No, there's 2. Big Status fans here. Ben Kennedy got the Squire brand new from Thomann quite a while ago. Didn't really see the bridge pickup as an issue, as I was mainly using the front pickup for a P bass like tone. I think you've just got a dodgy bass there, Ben, and by hook or by crook, you didn't use the bridge pickup and didn't notice the problem. Quite a while ago. How long's quite a while ago? If it's over a year, I don't think Thomann will do anything. But you can always send them an email. They might do something. But if not, where are you based, Ben? Able to help you out there. And Status 2, what a sound. Absolutely. Stacey Ann, the Divine Hermit King, sweet, North Carolina. Here, Lewis Wingrove. I know more about building guitars than playing the bass. That's all right. Good news, I can build bass guitars as well. Exactly. They're not that far removed. Scott M, I got to run. Have a fun, safe night, everyone. Cheers, Scott. Take it easy. See you next time. 4 weeks' time, July 25th. There's a link here in the live chat. Click on it. Hit the notify me button, and it will remind you near the. Andy, I'll have to keep in touch with you. I'm doing a Sabre build with the Status Music Man neck. I tell you what, Andy. Let me just. I will send you. I will send you a playlist link, and it's got all my Status stuff put together. Should have. Yeah, there we go. It's not what I was looking for. I think that's it. Hang on. I'll just test it before I send it to you. Yeah, that works. Here you go. So if any of you want to watch any of the Status content that's here on the channel, here you go. It's a playlist. I think it's got about 40 videos in it. So there's a load of Status stuff in there. So there's actually a review video of the 5-string Stingray with the Status neck. So feel free. Divine Hermit King, Brooks's, have you ever heard of the bass player that goes by the name Dr. Funk? No. Is he British or is he American? Dr. Funk? No. Unless you're talking about someone like Freak Bass. The bass player goes by the name Dr. Funk. No, let's Google it, see what we find. Unless it's someone just giving themselves a nickname. They wouldn't be the first. No, there's something called Dr. Funk's Refreshingly Grown-Up Sparkling Water. Ah, Dr. Funk, that bloke with the shaved head and the dreads. Yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos. Where's he from? Hang on. Things are Newquay in Cornwall. Born in California. Originally from Sunderland, He now lives in New Quay, but he was actually born in California. He's been around. Andy got it. Cheers. James Sweeney, all the best, guys. Got to go. See you next time. Cheers, James. Take it easy, my man. See you next time. Lewis Wingrove, Mr. Sklar, and Les Claypool, my two favourite players. Well, as you know, Mr. Sklar was here on the last live chat for about 5 minutes. He was busy in the studio. But, I sent him an email the next day saying thank you very much for even venturing onto my channel. Thank you. Divine Hermit King, you've seen him. What did you think of his playing? Yeah, good. Yeah. He's the sort of person we would have seen probably at the London Bass Guitar Show, except we don't do them anymore because there isn't a magazine. So those things aren't really happening. Andy, hey all, have to split, start the workday here. Have to go to do my radio gig. Enjoy, Andy. Thank you for coming down on to Brooks' Bass Corner. You're welcome anytime. Next live chat is in 4 weeks' time, July 25th. There will be, I'm saying this to all of you, there are impromptu live chats happening when I'm out on gigs and what have you. If you aren't subscribed to the channel and you don't hit the notification bell, you won't know when those videos are happening. So if you want to kind of stay on top of those things. So when I was at Cambridge Club Festival a couple of weeks ago, did an impromptu live chat walking around the whole site. Video for that is here. I'll just get you a link. There we go, live chat. So you can see what I got up to. It's basically me walking around with an ice cream stuff in my face, but it gives you an idea of what happens at Cambridge Club. Thanks, Brooks. Here, keep an eye open. Good one. I'll message you on Instagram. Yes, please do. Feel free. Good one. Stacey, have a good day. See you next time. Yeah, done that. Ben Kennedy, based in Belfast, had the Squire since early 21. It might do something. Got a Sterling Sub 4 back in mid 2020. I've been using it as my number one until I got my Fender P. Okay. I think you just got very unlucky, Ben. I think you probably end up with a bass that's got a dodgy solder or whatever. You probably just go to any guitar tech, luthier, any guitar or bass shop that has a repair section. And it may just be a loose cable, unless you do soldering yourself. But if you're not au fait with doing those sorts of things, take it to someone who knows what they're doing. And it might well just be a resolder of a cable. Lewis Wingrove, as far as fancy playing and bass guitar stunts, Les Claypool from Primus is untouched. He is a legend. A crazy legend, but a legend all the same. Need new strings on this before this goes out on another gig, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a big old beast. And long. I think I'm joking. But it is. You get the old sore rib cage when you play this for a while. You kind of got to get your posture right. Get your posture and positioning correct, and then you can play. I mean, obviously, that's what everyone wants to do. But it's not always convenient, and it really kind of weighs a ton when it's there for a while. So I tend to have it at a 45-degree angle, and away we go. Nah, not always. It can be. It can be. I think we had this chat on the last live chat. or maybe not. I was talking to someone recently, and they was, asking about how much slapping you do and stuff. But I do so little, really. And in 28 years of professionally playing, slap is so rare in what I do. Occasionally, a song might come along, and there might be a little slap break, like "Call Me Al," or you do any sort of 80s songs. There's going to be a bit of slapping about. I play in a disco funk show band. There's like two little bits of slap in the whole set. There's it just unless you're doing like you're doing an originals band that is based around a lot of slap kind of funk, and it lends itself to that. Generally in covers bands, unless you're doing like a Flea, like Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute, it's not going to be a lot of slapping going on. It just isn't. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, slapping is good for funk, I think. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. Some people take it too far and they just do that all the time. And it's like, you can be funky and just play with your fingers. Note placement is everything. What you don't play is just as important, if not more so, than what you do. I was going to say, Flea's got some good riffs. Yes, he has. This thing just resonates. You play it. It's right up against my rib cage. Feel every note. You kind of have to readjust because the neck is so long. So where you would normally play on any other bass, 12th fret is there. Normally 12th fret's sort of up here somewhere. You get used to it. You do get used to it. But like with any bass, you kind of have to play the thing consistently for it to become second nature. And I don't play this all the time, sadly, because it just doesn't. It's not always the right instrument for every gig I do. Can't use it on a Queen tribute, clearly. Sounded good and cheese, please. That's my pleasure. I'm just noodling while I'm going through the live chat messages. Patrick Sweeney, car washing, Dr. Funk, in Uncle Funk. Yes, we do. So that's one. That's the we do it in C. If you're doing it in D, there we are. There's a little slap motif in that at the end of every chorus. Yes, there is. The only other thing that I do a little bit of slapping in Can You Feel the Force? And then obviously when we do Forget Me Nots, that's all slap apart from the finger start. All of that. Can't be doing that, get a copyright strike. Lewis Wingrove, I need to listen to some more Motown bass players, keep me grounded. Bob Babbitt, James Jamerson, obviously. Carol Kay, there's a bunch of others as well. Nate Watts comes under the Motown umbrella because he was playing for Stevie Wonder when he was still with Motown. Yeah, do that, Lewis. Never go wrong with, especially Jamerson. I mean, just listening to Jamerson improves your bass playing, really. But if you start sort of playing along with his lines, you'll notice improvement, I promise. So this weekend, the Status Empathy will be out. The Bass String Experiment series is still ongoing. I just haven't put up another video since episode 14. So they will be appearing, I promise. But at the moment, currently, we're on gig number 44. Those strings have been on since last July. They've been on nearly a whole calendar year. And they've done 44 gigs so far. Can do gig 45 this weekend. So everything's filmed. Just got to get all the footage and start editing it up. I'm just noodling. Don't hold it against me. Yeah. Patrick Sweeney, I saw the real thing back in the day, and the bass player slapped all the way through Can You Feel the Force? Yes, he did. There's footage of them doing things like Top of the Pops and a few other bits and bobs. I think we're doing a couple of gigs with them. The Soltasia Festival's coming up. So we've done one. We did Malden, which had Soul to Soul and a load of other bands. We're doing, oh, excuse me. We're doing a couple, and Real Thing are on the lineup. So it should be quite good. Looking forward to that. We're doing the big one. Well, actually, Malden was kind of the big one, but the next big one is Windsor Racecourse, middle of August. But we've got a few that we're doing for them. Yes, indeed. Oh, dear. Don't play the space off of enough. Funny thing is, I've said this on a live chat before. When you don't play the alembic and you pick it up, it takes a little period of adjustment. But once you start playing it, it just all falls into place and starts to feel like, oh, like familiar. Lewis Wingrove, why after getting into playing the bass did I learn studio musicians wrote all those toasty, tasty bass lines? Yeah, quite. Half the reason I love some of those trash bands were the bass. Yeah. It's a bit of a setup, actually. Stacey, oh, now Carol Kay. Wouldn't that be a jewel of a split screen interview for the channel? Yeah, man. I've never reached out to her, actually. I never had any sort of conversation with her when I was at the magazine. That used to fall to either Joel or one of the American writers. Could approach her for an interview at some point. Just having the time. There's so many things I need to do and post content-wise here on the channel. Yeah. So hopefully this could come out in a few gigs once the Bass String Experiment series comes to an end. And actually the White GB will be popping out as well. Liz Wingrove, oh well, it just makes me love Pink Floyd even more. They played those instruments. Pink Floyd. What you talking about, Lewis? What are you on about? Do you mean alembics? I never remember Pink Floyd playing alembic. Yeah. We'll get some playing in soon, shall we? Oi, oi, oi. No. Hey, Lewis, did you look into any of the base center bases? You were talking about looking at one of their Ps a while back. Looked any further at those? David played his guitar, and like most artists, studio musicians are my hero. Very good. Excellent. Let's see, where are we? 25 past 10. Here, Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat number 51. London town, here in the UK, Tuesday evening. It's all good. It's all good. It's a little more relaxed this week because we've all had a bit of a rest and it's summer, it's been hot. So it's not quite full on tonight. It kind of works well for us. Nothing to consider, Betsy. Save up money. Oh, well, when you place your order, let them know I sent you. You'll enjoy that bass, Lewis. Promise. Oh, yes. Yes, you would. Are you going to have a burgundy mist or are you going to have a black one? Burgundy mist. A fine choice, if I might say so. Good, good. I think you'll enjoy that. It'll sound much different to your Schecters, that's for sure. Yes, sir. It certainly will. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. What other bit nuggets of info have I got for you? We spoke about Glastonbury earlier. Matt Bissonet's exemplary performance at Glastonbury with Elton John on Sunday. What a bass tone! But they benefited from having the best mix of the whole weekend. Um, yeah, just great. And those songs have great bass lines in. Elton John always had good bass players, whether live or in the studio. Lewis Wingrove, black is my favourite colour, but not on guitars or bass. Okay. Okay. My burgundy mist, Betsy, is just there. Resplendent. Yeah. Might have to take that out on a couple of wedding gigs shortly. That will just hit the nail, slap bang. It's gothic half my life. Okay. I need colour in my life. Yes, absolutely. Well, you need an orange t-shirt like this, don't you, Lewis? Really? Come on. There's more colour on this shirt you could wave a stick at. Actually, the prints come out really good, actually. Nice. Well done, Spreadshirt. Good job. Though it looks a lot brighter on the camera screen, it does actually here on YouTube on the desktop version. Vivid. It's darker than it looks on there for some reason. That shirt would look better in black. I've got a black one and a blue one and this orange one with that design. Go check it out, Lewis. Go check it out. There's every design you can have on a black shirt. Yes. Well, since it's a bit more of a relaxed evening tonight, we're probably going to sort of wind this down at about 11 o'clock. So we'll do another half an hour, and then we'll call it a day this evening. But half an hour. Get your questions in, get your comments in, and I'll try and help you as much as I can. Lewis, I will when my car gets off my wallet. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I'm having car troubles in quite a while. So, yeah, I hear 2016 asking for its first money, so I can't complain. No, that's 7 years. Well done. Yeah, here we are, Brooks's Base Corner, live chat number 51. London Town, Tuesday night. First live chat we've done as a group community thing for about a month. I've done a few impromptu live chats since then. The eagle-eyed of you will have realised there was one that I did, I think when we were doing the Chip in Camden gig. And unfortunately I had to end it because the keyboard player in Uncle Funk was using some fairly colourful language, and I knew the YouTube algorithm was not going to be happy about that, although it didn't give me any problems. But I could see there was going to be a fairly consistent torrent of colourful language, so I just had to close that chat down. And then when I did the live chat at the Cambridge Club Festival, as I'm walking around, DJs are playing various tracks and what have you, and I got a copyright claim. There was a version of September by Earth, Wind and Fire. There was a special DJ mix that one of the DJs played, and that fired up a copyright claim. And whoever had done that mix was basically going to split the royalties with me, and I just thought, no, actually they were taking all the royalties from that live chat, and I thought, yeah, I'm not happy about that. I know it happened. I shouldn't have had the live chat running at the time. My fault. And so I went back into the video a couple of days later and just cut that segment out. YouTube has a really handy tool now that if you do a video and there's any sort of copyright claim, if there's music in the background or whatever, you can actually just click on the button and it'll take that segment out. And actually all it was me walking around eating an ice cream, blethering, while this track played, so actually it really didn't make too much of a difference to the actual overall video. So I just cut that out, and suddenly I got all the monetization for that video came back. So that worked quite kind of well. This Wingrove, battery oils transmission service due. I'm at 40,000 in miles. That's all right for 7 years. That's not a lot at all. What's that, 5,500 miles maybe? Ben Kennedy, the only bit of Glastonbury I managed to watch was the Guns N' Roses set. I haven't seen that yet because I was doing the Queen gig. We'll say Duff McKagan is still as good as ever. I think he works very hard at keeping his end up, if you don't mind me saying, putting it that way. I think he's quite sort of diligent because years gone by, he was in such a state at some point that I think he really appreciates where he is in his life. So, yeah. Lewis Wingrove, no sense in putting audio over that footage. Unfortunately, as I walk round the festival site, there was music playing everywhere from different stalls and DJs in different areas. And I was actually surprised I didn't get more copyright claims, actually. But the algorithm picked up on September, and like I say, appropriated all the monetization to the DJ that did that mix. Not even Earth, Wind and Fire; they weren't getting the money. The DJ that came up with that mix was getting it. But there we are. Lewis Wingrove, yeah, no sense in putting audio over that footage. Yeah. Agreed, sir. Agreed. I hear. Approximately 65,000 kilometres on the car she is now. Okay, right, that makes a bit more sense. Very good. Very good. So what's on the shopping list, Lewis? Remind me? Betsy, of course. The Universal Audio Dewberry. Yeah. Brooks's Bass Corner T-shirt, obviously, of course, goes without saying. Quite right too. Available in assorted colours and sizes. Compressor and fuzz, okay. Something popped up there. Oh, there we go. Power supply, amp and cab. Sounds like a lot on your shopping list, Lewis. Good stuff. So there's going to be a bunch of workshop videos coming up very soon. Quite a few actually. And there's some very interesting basses going to come through the workshop. So I will keep you posted. So if you like the workshop videos, there's a couple here on the site. Most recent one was the Lakeland 4464. And yeah, there's going to be quite a few of those. Actually, I've got the Lakeland right here. This is after it's had its spruce up, it's cleaned up and a good polish. New strings, it's all good. Lovely bass to play, this is it. And I sorted, as you, well, if you've watched the video, I sorted out the disparity between the two volumes of the different pickups. So it's now a bit more consistent and even. Plays so great. Not happy about the foam under this jazz pickup. And I'm still unimpressed by the extreme amount of space that the router cut for that pickup. Huge. If you want to see it. Yeah, there you go. Huge amount of space. Doesn't need to be there. That's just lazy CNC, and that is. Lewis, the amp and cab is worthless at $4,000 for me, but I have to have the big unit. Plus, what good is a couple of $1,000s on a bass guitar going into the $400 of an Ampeg combo? Well, it's out of tune a bit. More than a bit. back again while I warm the bike up. Excellent. If you get a chance, check out Mostronics, a mate of mine in Melbourne, Australia. I will do. I will do. I'll even write it on my list. How about that? Done. He makes a great range of pedals for bass and guitar. Excellent. Probably Drew Deadman. I think he's in. Oh, is he in Melbourne? Is he in Sydney? I can't remember. He probably knows him, I would imagine. Does a good bass channel. Drew, if you're watching, hope you're well. You know Drew, Bass Workshop, yep. Anyway, gotta go and pick up a new mic from the post office on the way to work. Excellent. Thanks for the hand. You're more than welcome, sir. Good to see you. See you next time. Can anyone name that song I was just playing the bass line to? Not that, the... I look very earnest when I'm playing. It's hard to convey what you're actually... It looks like the the brain's just gone on to dead mode. It's just like... You're just thinking. Oh, hello. Brand new rotor sounds on here, so it's a bit, yeah, zingy. Just the way I like it. Right, Lewis Wingrove, I just started watching Leland videos. That's a rabbit hole in itself. Came across a song called Footsteps in the Dark. Wow, amazing. He's rather good, Mr. Sklar. Yeah. So there we go. That's the Lakeland 4464 in ice metallic blue. Yes, sir. This one will be coming out shortly once the bass string experiment series is put to bed. Lewis Wingrove plus Thundercat was impressive as well. We're talking about is that a Leland video, or are we talking about Glastonbury? Thundercat was on at that. Oh, and for information purposes, for those who wish to know, those are. It's got the batteries in. A while back, we had Russ Hollinshead, who's a friend of mine, good friends with Bernie Goodfellow, has a number of GB basses, knows a lot of stuff, Russ, worth listening to. And I'd mentioned, you may remember, there was a chat where I had a bit of a whinge about the sound to light system on this GB, absolutely eating 9-volt batteries. So basically, on my other basses that have got LEDs, I get about 15 gigs off of one battery to run the LEDs. One of my basses, or my other GB Roomers, have 2 batteries for the LEDs so that they can run the LEDs that are in the headstock. And but still, you get about 15 hours. And I had a moan that when I got this bass last year, I put new batteries in, and it went through them within like 1.5 gigs. I was like, no, maybe the batteries were dodgy. I put another new set of batteries in, did exactly the same, and I was like, you can't tell me this system literally gives you maybe 3 hours of LED life, and then they're dead, absolutely dead. But that was the case. So I had a chat with Bernie about it. He said, well, it is very power hungry, you know. It does, that's what it does, So anyway, Russ recommended these 1300 milliamps, microamps, whatever, 9-volt batteries, USB chargeable, rechargeable batteries. We thought that you'd get more out of them. No, it didn't even do the 3 hours. It basically did about 2.5 hours at a push, and then they were gone. So even with 1300 milliamps, microamps, whatever they are, these batteries aren't the solution. So I still don't have, other than connecting the charger, the adapter up to run via that little point there. Means you've got a cable running with you the whole time. There's no way, or there's no batteries, and these are lithium allegedly as well. They feel much heavier than those. There aren't any batteries that you can run the sound to light system on here, and you're going to get more than 1.5 gigs. So 3 sets basically. So it's a little disconcerting. So the whole LED experience on this bass has got to be kept for like theatres and stuff, where it's going to have an impact. Because otherwise, well, these are going to be on recharge constantly, and standard batteries, I'll be going through a pair of them every 3 sets, which isn't great. Ben Kennedy, the face concentration comes to me the most often when I try to play Jameson bass lines. I hear you. Ain't No Mountain High Enough being the main one. Yeah, I get you. Lewis Wingrove, plus the power supply could bring in noise for the bass. You are cursed on batteries. This is what it is. I mean, the light show is fab. When it gets going, right, 1, 2. Woohoo! No, it's not a dimmer. Basically, there's about 8 or 9 presets on this dial, and they do different things, but some of them are just sound to light, so you have to be running through an amplifier, creating a noise for the lights to respond. Then there's a couple of settings, like this has got like the Christmas tree, you know, Christmas decorations dimmer. You see it running down. The other one just kind of goes on like a mad pattern. So it's 1, 2, and there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's them all on permanently. I mean, it looked great. There's no denying that. And well, I like them anyway. Some people hate them, but I don't really care. And but unfortunately, they eat batteries, or this one does with this circuit. But like I say, in my other bases, I get around about 15 gigs out of a battery. Not with this one. It's a lovely bass to play. Vibrates, like resonance off the charts. Lewis, on stage, how about only a couple of songs? That's, yeah, it might come to that. Thing is, I like my LEDs because I need the side ones to see. You know, the eyes aren't what they used to be. But I don't have a side LED only option, unfortunately. I think there might be an option, take one of the batteries out and it just runs the sides. I can't remember. Got to check. Got to love the LEDs, got to put the show in show business. Well, quite. But the eyes, you know, it just, so many times as bass players you get stuck at the back with zero lighting and it's just like, can't see anything. Especially got status bass, which got a all black neck, all black fingerboard. But this is a stunning bass to play. Single coils in it are just very, very different from the humbuckers that I've got in my other GBs. Oh, trying. I can't even see where I'm putting my fingers, so I'm ending up on the frets all the time. Miss Ringrove, okay, a cell phone battery bank cord to power up. Yeah, there's a point. That's a point. That's a possibility, I guess. But maybe. I'm not that worried, to be honest. It's just annoying. It's just like I'm so used to the LED thing not being so quite so juice intensive. But this one, this could fill the recharging bucket. Not with it tonight. The little bucket I have here for my old batteries to be recycled. Could fill them up. So, stifling a yawn there, it's getting late here. There's absolutely no screaming spot on this. Where if you do a pinched harmonic, it really screams. I think it does when you are plugged in. Normally you'll find one point where on a bass where it will really go loud. Yeah. Patrick Sweeney, it's another reason to remember a band, especially for non-musicians. Oh yeah, the guy with the lights on his guitar. I've had that. I've had that. I don't mind. I don't mind. Got me out of trouble on many occasions in gigs where the lighting was really bad. So I can live with it. I can go with it. It's fun. Two new subscribers. Two new subscribers this evening. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate it. I'm going to wind up in a couple of minutes. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending tonight's live chat, number 51. A very relaxed affair. It was very nice. Really enjoyed it. Certainly not as frantic as some of the live chats we've had. That's fine. That's good. So we're all kind of in summer mode together. I get it. So next live chat will be on 25th of July. It's already booked in here on the YouTube channel. Let me just put a link into the live chat window. If you haven't already signed up or click the notify on button, you can click on this and it will take you straight through, and then you can hit it from there. And you'll be sent a reminder a couple of hours, I think, before the next live chat. So if you want to attend, feel free. I'm sure a lot of you will be on some holidays by that point. Kids will be on holiday. But if you're around, you'd like to join in the live chat, then you know where we are. You are more than welcome. So enjoy all the other footage we've got coming up over the next couple of weeks. And if you've got any comments, any questions, feel free to let me know. If you want to check us out on social media, you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, BeReal, Discord, Reddit, Quora, and TikTok. There will be short form videos going up early next week on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. There'll be long form video going up here on the YouTube channel, reviews, demos, interviews, possibly a feature video as well. Potentially there might even be 2 this week. I know, it's a miracle. Doesn't happen that quick, but no, there's one video I'm working on that is virtually finished. There's another one that isn't going to take very long to do the final edit on. So there might well be 2 new bits of content going up this week. There'll be some new designs going up on the merchandise stores, and quite possibly some affiliate sale videos. Whether I put them up here on the YouTube channel or not, I don't know. We'll see. But I need to do some affiliate videos for Amazon, Anderton's Gear for Music, and Thomann. So basically they're videos with me using products, talking about products, with links through to those products. So we'll see where we go with those. Those have to be planned out quite well in advance. And that's about it, I think. So thank you very much for attending tonight's live chat. If you have, if you're watching this after the event, you can still send comments via the comments box. Don't worry that the live chat feed is ended. You can still communicate via the comments. As soon as I get a notification from YouTube that you've sent a comment, I can respond to it. So on that note, I will bid you farewell. Have a very great Tuesday, whatever's left of it, wherever you are in the world. It might be morning, afternoon, or evening, middle of the night even, possibly. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a great summer. Enjoy your gigs if you're playing. Let me know if you've got any new purchases coming your way, and if you've got any suggestions for things you'd like to see here on the channel, or you just want to get in touch with me, feel free. So again, do it via social media, or you can send me a message on any video or via the community tab here on YouTube. So with that, I will bid you good evening. Enjoy your summer. I'll see you July 25th. And also keep an eye out for the impromptu live chats for when I'm out on gigs. So if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, you haven't hit the notification bell, you're probably going to miss them. Who knows who I might bump into on the festivals? Put it that way. So with that, I will bid you good night. Take it easy, guys. Look after yourselves. Take it easy. I'll see you in 4 weeks. Take care. All the best.